Oh my gosh, Jim, you remind me of the video you posted. The climate change is shifting Earth's axis. Axis, sorry. I'm just like you're like I was thinking about it now that you're mentioning it. Yeah, like we're like where you're at on the globe. But yeah, that
Well,
was like
to be clear, like the Earth is still going to, picture a bar or rod right through both poles. The Earth is still going to spin on that. What I was talking about is it's affecting the tilt of that axis. That's what we meant by shifting the axis. Now the Earth already has a wobble on its axis. It goes between 23 and so degrees to 26 or so degrees. So it's already doing that wobble. And as it's tilting, it's also changing the North Star. We are actually
wow, yeah.
moving away from Polaris to Vega, would be the North Star. And I'm like, oh, here's some shit like that. Uh,
That's awesome. Yeah.
the pyramids, everyone said, why did they line it up this way? Well, at the time of building the pyramids, they were lining the north face to the north. Well, the North Star at that time was Thebes. That
Oh
was the
my gosh.
completely different. It was a completely different star.
Wow.
But
It's
that
like,
was the North Star back then.
oh my God, I love this stuff. Yeah, I mean, it really is like bringing space into all this. I mean, it's incredible what, you brought up is just like, oh my God, yeah, all the complexities of what's going on. I mean, the access till the fact that we're like changing, it's just
And
wild. Yeah.
and it makes sense because we're taking
Oh my
ice
gosh.
mass, which is concentrated here, we're melting it, and then we're redistributing it. So we're redistributing the mass, which is going to affect not only that, if you have a spinning body and you have a solid whatever bit of stuff here, okay, fine. Now you melt that stuff. Now it's liquid, and that liquid starts sloshing around a wee bit more, and that could affect your angular momentum. And here's the thing: there are indications that Earth is speeding up its rotational rate.
Hmm.
That's mind blowing. It's like, what the hell is causing that? Now I'm beginning to wonder if it is this redistribution of mass, that you have this water like sloshing ahead, kind of pulling along quicker. I don't know. I have to look at the physics of it. But
Oh my God. Yeah.
like a 9 hour day, and it's been slowing in its rotational rate, so that by the time we get to today, it's 23 hours and 56 minutes. It's a daylight. Now it seems he's speeding back up again.
This is all so complex. I love this stuff. I mean, I had to stay away from space because sometimes it can be too much. But like, when you're in the solar system, I guess I can conceptualize, whatever's, I can't figure out what's going on in other galaxies. I can only focus on my own solar system. But like Earth, yeah, just what you're saying, we're like rotating and rotating. But then we're changing and then we're changing our position within the galaxy too over like millions of years. It's just incredible to think about. But yeah, our own planet is being affected by the human species and like how we're distributing everything. It's wild. I loved it. It was great. Thank you.
Of that Monty Python song near the end of the Meaning of Life, where and it's an Eric Idle song, and he goes and he states all these like astronomical facts. Like, Eric, you did your research, but he's like, you're in one star in the solar system and the galaxy, and he just goes on these big scale. But there is only one you. It's only
Damn.
two little tune that Eric is so good at coming up with. It's
Oh
just,
my gosh. That's
it, it's just made because and I did in those long ago videos, Milankovitch cycle. We've got the three major we got the wobble of the axis, and we have the precession of the equinoxes and solstices. In other words, the Earth actually kind of slides around so that, but for example, okay, the Earth is, makes its what's called the aphelion for the northern hemisphere, okay, on January 4th, not December 21st. December 21st is our solstice, but that's not when, and the solstice is defined as when the axis is further tipped away from the sun. But
mm,
it's that occurs at a point that's not where it's where we're closest to the sun. Because in the northern hemisphere, we're actually closer to the sun on winter solstice than we are on summer solstice. We're
Oh,
further away,
interesting.
which is why the southern hemisphere has nastier winters. But
Oh,
because
wow.
our summer solstice, they're having their winter solstice, and they're further away. But the thing is, okay, if you look on the orbit where we're tilted furthest away from the sun does not occur at aphelion. Aphelion is on January 4th. Just like when we have our summer solstice, we are not at, aphelion is further away. It's perihelion. Got my terms and stuff. Perihelion is when we're closest. Aphelion is when we're further. So in summer solstice, when we're tilted most directly at the sun, is not occurring at aphelion. Just it's and this is an example sliding around. And it's easier to look at the Milankovitch charts that shows it that as it slides around, where the northern the tilt of the axis is, say the northern hemisphere, stick to that, where it's tilted the most towards the sun, that slides around the elliptical orbit of the Earth, orbit around the sun. It slides around so that sometimes it could be somewhere on the ellipse over here. Other times it may actually coincide with aphelion and perihelion and so forth. It may actually coincide with that. But right now, it is not. And this slides around, and that precession is about a 40,000 year cycle.
Wow.
And then the
Incredible.
tumble of the axis going from 23 to 26 and back, that's about a 20,000, 21,000 year cycle. Literally wobble. And as it's wobbling and rotating, it actually traces out a little cone in the sky, kind of stuff.
Oh
And
my
then you have
God.
the third major cycle, which is the eccentricity of Earth's orbit, where it changes from nearly circular to a little bit off from circle. And that's about a 100,000 year cycle.
Oh my gosh, Jim.
And all of
Incredible numbers. Go ahead.
these things affect planetary heat coming in and how it's distributed. And ironically, when the Earth is going towards 23-degree tilt, you get less heat being distributed in high latitudes. It's when the Earth tips over that you start presenting more, to the sun and you get warm up. So as the planet goes to 26 degrees, you come out of the ice ages. As you go to 23 degrees, you go into the ice ages.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm sorry. No, this is so interesting to me. Yeah, it's really incredible stuff. I mean, oh my gosh. So yeah, just based off of like how the axis is tilting affects the
And
climate.
Milankovitch was figuring this shit out in the 1910s.